Afghanistan. Dangerous, right? Taliban, war, kidnappings, suicide bombings, the list goes on. That's the only thing you hear about Afghanistan in the news. About the most spoke about country in this decade. This video is about my trip as a foreign traveler in Afghanistan from my perspective. A country of 38 million people and a 99.7% Muslim population. I just finished 2 weeks of solo travel around Afghanistan with the help and supervision of Untamed Borders, yet costs were self-paid. 2 weeks where I spent 5 days in Kabul and celebrated Christmas there.
Everyone is celebrating Christmas.
Explored Afghanistan capital and biggest city to the fullest.
Old town of Kabul,
walked
full
around
of people.
all the hectic streets with no security guards with me, no bulletproof vest, just as normal as I could be in the busy streets of Kabul, just like a local. And 9 days in the rest of the country. Unfortunately, kidnappings have happened here in Afghanistan from the Taliban around the country, but I met so many amazing people.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Afghanistan. Welcome.
High risk, higher reward.
The bird market in Kabul, Afghanistan.
I tried some of the local specialities. The Afghan food is superb and the best Fanta in the world. The Afghani magic. Visited a brilliant children's circus with some of the most talented kids I've ever seen. A place which helps orphans to give them a good life, made by a Danish guy. Sweet kids. And I went horse riding on the beautiful countryside of Afghanistan.
Afghanistan!
Went to hilly valleys and visited a cool Afghani amusement park. Up to the very north of Afghanistan and drove on some epic roads. Saw the Blue Mosque in Mazar Sharif and walked around the vibrant and colorful bazaars full of action and full of life there. Explored Balkh and traveled all around the Samarkand province, all around Baghlan, and explored as much as I had time for of the north of Afghanistan. I visited a total of 9 provinces in Afghanistan. Spectacular camel caravans out of nowhere. Drove through amazing mountain landscape, went inside hidden caves, and I met so many wonderful people on the way. People with such strong characteristics. Afghanistan has a mix of 14 big ethnic groups, with Pashtun people being the biggest. You will see so many different looks in Afghanistan.
People in Afghanistan, they have all kinds of different looks. I actually thought my friend here, he was from Ireland. It's McGregor? Yeah. McGregor.
Let's just say I met a lot of friendly people here in Afghanistan. It all sounds pretty much perfect, right? But was all of this without any kind of risk? Well, the Taliban is in Afghanistan, and when I visited the first mosque ever made in Afghanistan in the Balkh district, I found out 15 Taliban fighters had attacked this exact spot 6 hours before I came with machine guns. So my driver told me I could only be there 5-6 minutes and then we needed to leave, and I had to cover myself completely. Rather safe than sorry, right? And the capital, Kabul.
Sometimes the security situation in Kabul gets very intense.
A city where too many people and kids have died from explosions just by taking a look of the year of 2019. That being said, a place like Mazar Sharif felt safe. Do I tell these things to scare you like the media do? No, I don't, but I'm telling this to let you know about the changing security situation in Afghanistan, which still isn't a completely safe country, unless you just want to go to Mazar Sharif's Blue Mosque. I'm telling you what I went through here during 15 days of traveling around Afghanistan, and most importantly, the risk that the good people of Afghanistan go through every single day. I always try to share my honest travel experiences with you, whether you like it or not. And I don't just visit the most safe areas in a country like some would do. Afghanistan is technically still a war zone, but by following safety regulations and without taking too big risks, it's a lovely country. I still enjoyed walking around most of the local markets they had in the different cities, and I especially liked the local vibes in Kabul and Mazar a lot. So many awesome people in the streets of Kabul and an energy like nowhere else. I wouldn't say Afghanistan is so super dangerous as the media wants it to be anyway, but there's a small risk, of course. Maybe more than most of the other countries I've been to so far. I personally don't want to live my life in fear, and I am who I am wherever I go. Whether it's Syria,
I love Syria!
if it's North Korea, or if it's traveling around Afghanistan. And I can assure you that the real faces of Afghanistan, the majority of the population here are super friendly, hospitable and kind people, whom I enjoyed interacting with all around the country. Afghanistan got totally under my skin. I didn't meet any tourists in my 2 weeks of travel around here, a thing which I loved. And I'll remember Afghanistan for all the good things.
We have a very beautiful country here. We may not have this full security, but we have a lot of beautiful places.
Remove the small danger element and Afghanistan will be among my top 10 favorite countries out of 131 countries I have visited so far over 7.5 years. So original and authentic. My local friends told me there will never be peace in Afghanistan after 40 years of different wars, but I'm still optimistic because of all the good Afghan people I met. And I think the new generations of Afghanistan will lead the country to peace, will lead the country to greatness, education to the youth, food to the empty stomachs, hope to the people. Never give up, Afghanistan. Your country has a big potential. And your country has so much good to offer that it's simply incredible. Persistence. Great things take time. It's often the small steps, not the giant leaps, that bring about the most lasting change. Afghanistan, a beautiful country full of beautiful people. And even though you won't hear any of these words from your news channels, I personally really like Afghanistan a lot, and I like all the good people here. Take care. Zindabad, Afghanistan.